How's it going, everyone? Day 5 of Houston after Hurricane Harvey's finally left, thank goodness. So I thought it was fitting to make sure I got the skyline of Houston in the background here. So I wanted to demonstrate today the importance of positive thinking and visualization. It's a tactic I've employed over the past couple weeks. I noticed a huge difference. I wanted to share that with you guys. So it started when I was listening to a podcast of my favorite UFC fighter and digging into his background. His name's Conor McGregor. He came from the middle of nowhere in Dublin, lived in the slums, grew up with absolutely nothing. And he knew deep down that he wanted to be a professional fighter. So before he was anything, age 19, age 18, there's videos of him saying, "Here, my name's Conor McGregor, and you will see me as the face of UFC in the near future." So he had this self-belief in himself that he always mentions. He talks about when he was driving his old beat-up 84 Corolla that he saw himself riding around in a sports car with fancy leather and all that. So I wanted to show you how I applied that methodology into my life and the results that it's given me. So I want to get into a specific example, right? I don't like to talk generically, positive thinking, visualization, that's great. But I want to get into details of how you can apply it in your life. So the first being with meetings. At my work personally, it's something I get a little bit nervous about, right? If I have a big meeting and I'm leading and I have to present, something that can bring me some nerves. So I said to myself, okay, Doug, what's the way you get over this? You gotta visualize yourself in that meeting, sitting up straight, good posture, speaking eloquently, speaking with confidence, right? I saw myself in the room presenting and going over the speech in my head. And I noticed a huge difference. So from 2 days of just thinking positively and visualizing myself in that meeting and how I was gonna carry myself, I felt a huge difference. So, and then my meetings have gone so much better from now on, or any public speaking scenario. If you're in high school, middle school, and you have that big class presentation you're nervous about, I want you to focus on positive thinking, right? Not, oh, are we gonna mess up? Because it's so easy to do. Really think about yourself standing there with grace, with confidence. And that's going to translate into a great performance. And we can be our biggest supporter, or we can be our biggest harm. We have the ability that our thoughts are so powerful to transform how we're going to perform. So I want you to try to tap into that. Another perfect example recently is if you're in a relationship, right? I've just recently got out of a relationship. So I know there are some people around the world in terrible relationships right now that they shouldn't be in. I'm not saying mine was that case, but the importance of understanding, right, self-confidence and visualizing yourself in the relationship that you're meant to be in. Some people stay in relationships because they think, oh, am I gonna be able to find a better person or someone I'm better with, someone I have better chemistry with, I don't argue with. And I want you to have the courage to know yourself and say, you're in charge of your life, right? Visualize yourself with the person you're meant to be with. And let that drive your confidence to make the right actions for yourself. Because if you don't think that way, you're not gonna make decisions that are right for you. And I know it's kind of difficult to say, oh, it's hard to think positively, but I challenge you, when you're doing it, it's easy to think positively, I've learned, when things are going well. When you're high, right? You're doing great at work or school. It's easy to think positively, but when those first setbacks happen, right? That's when I challenge you to think to yourself, this is exactly when I'm supposed to utilize this. This is when I am supposed to visualize myself doing great things, right? You got rejected, or you did do quite well in your presentation, right? Or some hiccup happens. I challenge you to say, this is the moment that I need to practice harder than ever, to visualize myself in a successful place or have positive thinking. We can be our biggest supporter, guys, because at the end of the day, you're all you have to lean on. So understand, you need to be your biggest cheerleader. And it's difficult, don't get me wrong, but when times are bad, right? When you're going through difficulties. So I want you guys to focus. Capitalize when things are going bad and realize that, right? And flip your thinking. It's so easy in this generation to get down on yourself, continue to beat yourself up. But catch yourself right when it happens and get your way to visualizing yourself to confidence. Because I'm telling you, it will change your life.